What is the pharmacy gag rule? Well, most people probably say, well, I don't know what it is. Does that mean the medicine tastes bad? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Hi, this is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. The pharmacy gag rule is something that most people have never encountered. It only exists, actually, it doesn't exist anywhere for the most part now. But prior to October of last year, that's 2018, there were, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 states that had a pharmacy gag rule, which basically says your pharmacist is not allowed to tell you that there may be a lower cost drug or lower price for the medication that you're getting filled. So you're kind of, well, you go to the drugstore and you hand him your prescription and he says that'll be $182.63. And you just say, well, okay, I'll pay it then, I guess. But in those states where this rule did exist, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute, in those states where it did exist, your pharmacist was not allowed to tell you if you don't use your insurance plan, you can get that exact same drug for $35. It was a stupid rule, in my opinion, and it was one that allowed the pharmacies, the pharmacy benefit managers, and the drug companies to make a lot of money. Essentially, the drug companies and the PBMs would require pharmacies to sign a non-disclosure agreement saying that they're not, if they violate this, well, they're not going to be able to get access to those drugs anymore. So guess what? Most of the pharmacies did go ahead and sign this so they could stay around and could continue to fill your prescriptions. So what happened in October of last year? And again, this is 2018. Congress passed, this is bipartisan. This is one of the few bipartisan things that has come out of this recent Congress, at least. Congress passed a law on a bipartisan basis outlawing pharmacy gag rules. It went into effect immediately, and again, this was last October. It went into effect immediately upon it hitting the president's desk and him signing it. So all right, I'm going to qualify that. It went into effect immediately for people who had regular health insurance, either Obamacare plans or group insurance plan, and they were under age 65. Medicare plans are not impacted by this until next year, January 2020. So for some people, the majority of the people who have drug plan insurance, for the majority of people, they're already under that. So if you go to the drugstore and you give a prescription to the pharmacist, and when he or she fills it and hands it to you and says, well, normally it'd be $186.34 through your plan, but I filled this with the same medication, and if you'd rather pay cash, give me $35. Such a deal. That's maybe a slight exaggeration, but in some cases, not necessarily. I've seen some prescriptions that are way, way, way overpriced when you're using insurance. And I've always fought against that, and I have advised my clients, don't just go in and flip down your drug card on the counter and say, fill my prescription, unless you just love overpaying for your drugs. And I do a lot of coaching on my clients, with my clients, showing them ways to save some money. So again, that rule has already been eliminated for people who have Obamacare or group insurance plans, and effective January of 2020. If you have a Medicare Part D, the same thing's going to happen. Your pharmacist will be able to tell you there are lower priced drugs available. Same drug. We're not talking about switching you from a brand to a generic. That's a whole nother story. And that's really something between you and your physician, not you and your pharmacist. So, but the same drug can be had for a lower price, and your pharmacist can now tell you, okay, that's the good news. The bad news is just because your pharmacist can tell you about a lower price doesn't mean that they will. If they can get more money out of you for a particular drug by just staying silent, the drugstore makes more money, the PBM makes more money, the drug manufacturer makes more money. So it's not an automatic thing. Maybe you've got a great pharmacist, somebody that you've used for years, and you know him or her, and they know you on site, and you wave to each other even if you're not in the store to fill a prescription. And those kind of people with that kind of relationship, well, they'll probably say, volunteer. But just in case they don't volunteer, when you go to get your prescription filled, doesn't matter if it's a new prescription or it's a refill, when you go to get your prescription filled, ask, is there a lower price available if I don't use my plan? Repeat that over and over and over again, and don't you ever forget it. When you go to get a prescription filled or refilled, ask them, can I get this drug for a lower price if you don't use my drug plan? This is Bob Vineyard, your Medicare expert with the Georgia Medicare Minute. You take care. Have a great day.